Shalom, call Halal Allah Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, which means all praises to Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who you people in the world actually call God, Ba'ashem, in the name of Yahweh Shah, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you people in the world actually call Jesus Christ. Once again, the true name of the Heavenly Father, is only begotten Son, is Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom also to you, Akim, you brothers that's pushing and spreading His word throughout the four corners of the earth, who's also uplifting the names Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom to you, Akim. Shalom also to the Israelite foreigners, the speckled bird, man, woman, and child, whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all forefathers, though you may look like the heathen nations should scatter amongst, which the heathen nations, as you see on this chart, the nations starting from 2 on down, those are the heathen nations. Also, if your bloodline, your lineage goes back to these people through the man, and if your spirit bear witness with this word, the truth, you can receive it to the speckled bird, man, woman, and child. This does apply to you. You are Israelites, though you do look like the heathen. You're scattered amongst due to scattering these people in this chart. So you will have Israelites come looking like the heathen, but they're the Israelites because they're under the curses of Deuteronomy 28 to 15 verse on down. Their spirit bear witness with this word that they're the sons and daughters of Yahweh by Shema Shah. Most importantly, their lineage goes back to these people through the man, no matter what they come looking like. If their father's an Israelite, that makes them an Israelite as well. To the few Aquaf, and the few Israelite sisters that do listen, learn, believe, and do have respect towards your husband, Shalom. To the elect of Israel, Shalom to you as well. Once again, to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you combine, consist, and make up the 12 tribes of Israel. You are the Hebrew Israelites, the chosen people of the Most High, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, who the world ethnically calls Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shah. Alright, I'm just going to play this clip, probably like good 4 or 5 minutes of it. Just going to chop it up, then I'm going to end it. You know, Yahweh writes is out just edifying, alright? So,
with Stanley Allen Plotkin. He's an American physician who works as a consultant to vaccine manufacturers as well as to biotechnology firms, and he joins us right now. And we're very pleased to have you on. Thanks for your time tonight, Stanley. Look, vaccines are being rolled out at the moment. We know in Russia and the UK too, they're among the first. Do you think these vaccines will make a massive difference to this COVID crisis?
Well, yes, of course, assuming that they are all as protective as we hope. The data from the first messenger RNA vaccines indicate very high efficacy. What we don't know for any of the vaccines thus far is whether they will consistently prevent infection, which is important because if they do, that will prevent the virus from spreading. If they don't, then we have a situation where vaccinated people will be protected, but unvaccinated people will not be protected. So we have a lot to learn about the vaccines.
If that is the case, Stanley, what happens with the vaccines? I mean, do we go back to square one and find a vaccine that means that you will not transmit the virus even if you have the inoculation?
Well, yes, the point is that we have, at this time, we do not have all of the data. We don't have all of the facts. These data are being obtained now by numerous vaccine developers, but they have not been established. So we're waiting for the science to tell us what the reality is. I'm not pessimistic about vaccines at least reducing the infection. Whether they will completely obliterate the infection remains to be seen.
And on what sort of timescale are we looking at then? Would you expect to be able to tell this within the next month or two, or would we have to wait until the spring?
Well, I think we should have data on the first vaccines by, let's say, February or March. But science has to be done carefully, and we need good data that we can rely on, and also data that are disseminated one of the great difficulties, and I must say, with respect to the Russian vaccines also, is the publication of data and dissemination of data, which is a critical point for science.
Just on that point, I mean, people will hear you say this, Stanley, and just as a member of the public, they might be considering, should I get this vaccine or not? Do you feel that these vaccines are safe? And I say that, do you think everybody should take them, or can you understand why people might be reluctant?
All right, so the answer to that question, permit me, is a bit involved, and in this sense that yes, many people fear vaccines, and this is true throughout the world, and yet when one really looks at the record, vaccines in general have been quite safe. Now, the thing that one has to...
Yeah, that's a lot. But anyway, let's get to the point. You know what brought my attention to do a lesson on this, but it says science will tell us what the reality is, man. Alright? And these elites of Edom, alright, this is what they want to replace the Yahweh and his only begotten son, who the world calls JC, Yahweh Shah, with. They want to replace not only them Yahweh by Shema Shah with themselves in his stead. Alright, like it tells you in 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. Alright. But he wants to with his technology and his so-called science, and I say so-called because we're gonna get into that later. Alright. He wants to replace the Most High with that. He wants you people to think that his science and his technology is God, man. Through the vaccine and through the chip, man. The RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, man. Alright, but he believes his knowledge is above, okay, the Heavenly Father's, man. Okay? Let me get 1 Corinthians, the 8th chapter. Alright? This is 1 Corinthians 8, and 1. It says, now, as touching things offered onto idols, alright, because this this vaccine that they rolling out now, okay, and then eventually chip, and we know we keep saying the vaccine, the chip, because that's the two end games, okay, of this devil, man. Alright, that's his last, like I always say, the finishing move, alright, to Esau. This is his last hope right here, alright. And then you go into 2nd Ezra 16th chapter, what's it talking about, alright? And they shall be offered things onto idols, man. What's it going to be? It's going to be them, that chip and the vaccine, alright, the vaccine, then the chip, alright. But you taking that, both, okay, speaking to you Israelites, you tribes, alright, yo, that's idolatry, man. Yeah, you taking that his vaccine, his chip, is basically saying that he's the Most High, man. Alright? That he is the physician, man, which it tells you clearly in Job 13:4. He's a physician, a forger of lies. Alright? And he's a physician of no value. That's what he is. Okay? But it says we know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth, man. And this man has been proud, okay, thinking he has the answers to every damn thing, man. Alright, and really what it is he creates, okay, the problems, and he comes with a so-called solution. This pandemic you see in the work, that was all, planned out, years, if not decades ago, man. Alright? But he's gonna try, like I said, be the Most High, okay, come in the Most High stead, and give you this so-called cure, and make you think he has a solution to all the problems. He wants to be the most High, man. Because what? All right, we're gonna get into that. But it says, if any man think he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing yet as ought to know. All right, and let me get that. Isaiah 55. Why? Isaiah 55 and 8 says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither your ways my ways, saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, man. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts, man. Okay? But Esau thinks he's above, let me get that. I will be like the Most High, man. Isaiah the 14th chapter, man. Okay? This is Isaiah 14 And 13 says, for thou it says, speaking to Esau, in thine heart I will ascend into heaven, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. And I will sit above also upon, I will sit also upon mount the congregation the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. That's why you got the planes, okay? You have the satellites in space. He always talks about with NASA, going into space with his rockets. He's talking about going to the moon, all these different things. It's because he's trying to be the most high. All right. Google. Speaking of Google Maps, right? When you first log into Google Maps, okay, what do you notice? All right, it zooms out and you see the whole Earth, and then the location you type in, it zooms right back down that location. That's him trying to be the most high, man. And he's doing it through what? Technology. All right. It says, I will be like the most high. This is what he does. All right. Esau thinks, let me get that. He thinks his so-called knowledge is on or above the level of the Most High. He thinks the Most High has no wisdom, man. This is why the system you see intact now, this beast system, all right, everything that the Most High has set up, okay, for you to do, and the things, the do's and don'ts, basically, this man turns around, okay, and took what he said not to do and do it, all right? But what you can't do it in the system, man. That's him saying the ways of the Most High are what? Unequal. That the Most High doesn't know what he's doing. That Esau basically saying, I got this. Let me get this. Isaiah 45 and 9. Woe unto him that striveth with his maker. Let the potsherds strive with the potsherds of the earth. Alright? Shall the clay say to him that fashioned it, what makest thou, or thy work have no hand? He have no hand, Salakia. Woe unto him that saith unto his father, what begottest thou? Or to the woman, what hast thou brought forth? Thus said, and speaking of that, that's what he did with Eve, man. All right? He beguiled Eve, man. He made Eve think that the position that the Most High gave her, all right, was unprofitable. All right? Being in the role of a woman was unprofitable. That's basically what he was getting. He was telling her how she could be, a goddess, basically. Okay? He's basically saying the way the Most High gave her, set things up, was oppressive to her. And you see that still playing out right now. All right? You think the feminism thing is, but that's like a whole nother topic, man. I'm just speaking of that. Okay? He's also the food, right? Here it is back in the ancient world, foods had seeds, and they were grew a certain way. They were even a certain size. But this man has altered that. You order food and you get food, what? You look on the back, it's many different ingredients on the back. Words you can't pronounce. Things that shouldn't even be in your food. Alright? That's him going against the Most High, man. Alright, saying the Most High, alright, the way he created the food, that was wrong, It says, thus said the Lord Yahweh Bashima Shah, the Holy One of Israel, and his maker. Ask of me of things to come. Concerning my sons and concerning the work of my hands, command ye me. I have made the earth and created man upon it. I, even my hands, have stretched out the heavens, and all their hosts have I commanded, man. All right? Everything you see, okay? The blue sky, the trees, the animals, people, food, everything. All was created by the Most High. All right? The different things that play on the planet Earth, like these natural disasters that just happen out of nowhere, that was sanctioned and commanded by the Most High, man. All right, Sirach 39 tells you that, man. All right? The war that's breaking out between these nations, the division, all right, that's happening, all right, in this world right now. That's the Most High dividing, bringing division, on the planet Earth, man. What did the Lord say? In Matthew the 10th chapter, the 3rd, 4th verse, he says, I'm come not to send peace on earth, but cause division, man. All right? But a sword, that's what he said. I am come to bring division. You see? The Most High sanctioned all of that. All right? The Most High is in control of good. He's in control of evil, man. All right? It goes, as it says up further in this chapter. All right? Let me see. That's it. All right? It's the Most High that does these things. You see? But Esau has taken that and altered it. And he's made it like he has the solution. Okay? This is First Corinthians 18:1 says, "For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved it is the power of Yahweh." All right. For it is written, "I will destroy the wisdom of the wise." Okay, and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent, man. And that's what's happening. All right. The wisdom of the wise men of this world is being brought to naught, man. All right, because Esau's wisdom, okay, is not wisdom, okay. And real quick, we gonna go into the word science, because that's his favorite word, man. It's science this, science that. All right, so let's get the definition of science. You know, science, right? Science is the pursuit and application of knowledge and understanding of the natural and social world following a systematic methodology based on evidence. All right, and this world was created off the what? The knowledge of Yahweh by Shema Shah, man. All right. And Esau with his knowledge was, let me get that, because Esau's knowledge is not knowledge. All right, his knowledge is going to say it. All right, we're gonna get that. All right. Everything was already set up in his order. You know, there's a time and a purpose for everything, man. All right, that he has altered that. All right. This is Sirach 19. You gonna get it. And all right. It says the fear. All right, I'll get started. 18 says the fear of the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shah is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shah is the doctrines of life. All right, and they that do the things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. All right, and going back to the Adam and Eve, thing. All right. That's what they had. They had what? They had the doctrine of life, man. The doctrine of Yahweh by Shema Shah before the serpent, which was Esau once again. All right. He came and what? Altered that. You see? That's playing out to this day. He's still doing it. That's why when they first rolled the vaccine out and they tested it, who was the first person they tested on? They tested on Eve, man, which we call Eve the Israelite woman, especially the so-called black woman. All right. It's the same thing playing out. That's why I did a video, Eve and the Serpent 2.0. All right. The point is, the 20th verse says, the fear of the Lord is all wisdom. And in all wisdom is the performance of the law. The what? Law, statutes, and commandments, man. All right. Which was given to who? Yasharala, Israel. All right. Our people, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. Psalms 148, all right, 13th, the 14th verse tells you that, man. All right. He have dealt so with Jacob, Israel. He have given his laws and his I'm gonna get it real quick because I don't want to butcher it. I'll get that right quick. Okay. In Psalms 148 and 13 says, "Let them praise the name of the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shah, for his name alone is excellent." All right, his name alone is excellent. All right, but what? The name, as it says in Malachi, was it Malachi? The second chapter, the first and second chapter, it says you what? The name of the Lord is dreadful among the heathen, man. All right? The name Yahweh Shah is dreadful, okay, amongst these heathens, man, because they know, all right, their ways is contrary to the ways of, for first and foremost, Yahweh Shema Shah and to his people, man. All right? We are that holy people, man. We are holy people. We were the people, all right, that was given these laws I'm about to read, okay, to separate us, which that's what holy is, separation. Okay, from these other nations, man. All right, and when we're in that mindset, all right, they don't rule, they don't prosper. All right, but they're prospering now because what? We have separated from the laws. Okay, for his name alone is excellent, his glory is above the earth and heaven. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints. You know what? Actually, wrong chapter. Just a chapter before it. All right, this is what I wanted. All right. All right. Let's get straight to the point. It says, this is Psalms 147. All right. And 18. All right. It says, he sendeth out his word and melted them. And this word is what? What did it say in the book of Jeremiah? I will make these words in thy mouth fire. All right. And these people wood, man. All right. And you know, fire, it melts basically wood, man. It burns it up. It burns it to a crisp, man. That's what this word is doing, okay, to this man, his sister, man. All right, it's breaking down strongholds. But it says he caused his wind to blow and the waters to flow. And the wind, as we go into Jeremiah 51:1, is what? Destruction, man. All right, and that's literal wind. All right, his natural disaster. But it says he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. All right, the law, statutes, and commandments was given to our people. He have not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgment, they have not known him. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah. So going back to Sirach, the 19th chapter, all right, because Esau, the type of science he's coming with, because he's coming with a different type of science, man. Because that's what, as I just got the definition, that's all it is the knowledge, you know, and understanding, you know. But going back, let me read it again. It's Sirach 19:20. It says, the fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law and the knowledge of his omnipotency. If a servant say to his master, I will not do as it pleaseth thee, though afterward he do it, he angereth him that nourisheth him. All right. The knowledge, all right, of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sin is prudence. All right. And what does it say in Isaiah 47, man? All right. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, man. But you never considered the latter end of that wickedness, man. That's these elites, man. All right. These elites have trusted full-heartedly in their wickedness, man. They think their wickedness is actual knowledge that is actually going to help them prosper, man. All right. But it's not. Okay. And you see it. You see what happens when you rule in straight wickedness. All right. You continue. You fall. All right. It says there's wickedness in the same in abomination. And there's a fool wanting in wisdom. Because Esau, why you think he wants to go in space so much? All right, because he keeps talking about, you know, these different planets that's far out that he wants to discover, man. He wants to discover how to get to them, and he wants to discover, you know, how what's on those planets, man. But you know why he can't do it? It's because he has a bound, like it says, and I think it's Job, the 14th chapter, the 4th verse, the 4th or 5th verse, if I'm not mistaken. He has a bounds, which if you go into that word bound, it goes into limit. He's limited to certain things, man. He was only given his portion, man. This only thing Esau was given, according to Genesis 27:39, was what? The fatness of the earth, all right, which he has. This is why they rule everything. This is why they face on the money, all right. This is why they have the best houses, the cars, the women. They have all these things. They have influence because that was their temporary blessing, which is coming to an end right now, all right. And what? That they shall rule by the sword. That's all he got. All right. He has everything on the planet Earth, but outside that he has nothing. That's for the world to come. What's the world to come? It's for the Israelites, man. So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. You see? But he wants to know what's on those planets, but he won't find out what's on the planets because it's not for him. All right. There's a lot of animals out there that Esau still doesn't know exist, that he's trying to find out about. But why can't he find? Because he's limited. The Most High limited him. All right. The elements, you know, the different stones, the type of, you know, elements with powers, you know, he wants to tap into that, but he can't tap into it. Why? Because it was not his blessing. It's just like Jake. You try to do particular things that Esau could do in this system, but you, every time you try to do it, you either get judged for it, all right, or you don't prosper in it, man. And if you so what prosper for a time being, it fails, man. It comes to naught. All right, because that's his blessing. All right, that's his lot. That's not our lot, man. You see, we limited in this society, man. All right, but he wants the wisdom that we have, man. He wants, okay, that spirit that we have, but he can't get it. All right, let me see. All right, so going to 1 Corinthians, the 1st chapter. All right, dealing with Esau's so-called science, man. His knowledge. All right. This 1 Corinthians 1:19 says, for it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, man. And the Lord is destroying the wisdom of the wise men of this world, man. All right. This is why, if you go back, 3, 4, 5, 6 decades, right? Whenever Esau will put, some sort of information out, people automatically, like the scripture, like it says in Revelation the 13th chapter, they marveled and wandered after the beast. Everything this man said to do, all right, because of a particular situation, people automatically did it, man. All right, but now the knowledge, understanding how about Shema Shai is in the earth, it's now countering what? He's being found to be a liar. All right, it's countering his lies, man. It's breaking his strongholds down, because that's where his strongholds start. It starts in the lies. It starts in the ideologies, the imaginations of the people. All right, but now it's being broken down, and you notice now that everything they're trying to push, everything they're trying to do, people are questioning it. All right, people are saying, look, they're trying to do this. It's tied to this. You see, his own people is exposing them. All right, their wisdom is being destroyed, man. All right, they're being backed into a corner. But it says, it will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent, man. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Have not Yahweh made foolish the wisdom of this world? The wisdom of this world is foolishness. Why is it foolishness? Because it's wickedness. All right, it's not the way, okay, to rule, man. You can't rule in wickedness. How many empires? The Neo-Babylonian Empire, the Medo-Persian Empire, all right, the Greek, the Roman Empire, which this is the extension of the Roman Empire, man. All right, America, EU, and NATO. All right, what happened to those other empires? All right, they came into power. All right, they got established, and what? The people got too proud, okay, and wicked, and what happened? They fell. All right, this is what's happening right now. The same thing is happening. It's no new thing under the sun, man. All right, the same thing is literally happening. Okay, you cannot rule in wickedness. The Lord is not with wickedness, man. For the wages of sin is what? Is death. All right, and that's what it is, man. You see, and we've been us Israelites, our nation, us being put in captivity. Then what? We were nourished and brought up in this society. We from pre-K, all the way up to the college. You've learned what? You've learned how to be anti-Messiah. You learn how to be wicked. You learn how to be against Yahweh Shema Shah. And it was systematically set up like that. All right? That's that pit. All right? Esau has created a system to where you do nothing but go against your power, man. All right? And you people really believe that the ways things are right now is the way things have always been. And that's not true. All right? This man has literally altered, I keep saying, he's altered everything. He took that which is good, okay, and called it good evil and called evil good, man. All right, just like these Maxines. He's calling these Maxines, well, he calls the herb. Here it is. I know I'm kind of ranting a little bit, but I'm gonna get a scripture. But I went in the store, because I was trying to make barley, some barley tea. You see? But I went in the store to look for the barley. You notice in these grocery stores, a lot of stuff that really helps heal your body, like the certain type of herbs, But they're not in these stores. Only thing that's in these stores is what they intentionally put in your stores is garbage food, man. Poison. All right? The stuff that really helps your body and heals your body, they hide and don't put in these stores. I had to literally search online to see where I could get some from. You see? But this is what he's done. Okay? He told you the herb. Basically, that's him saying the herbs is not, all right, it's not good for your body. But he's saying that processed food, GMO food, which when you eat, you have no you get no nutrition out of it, man. All right? This is why you have to eat you see people eat 4 or 5 times a day and they still get hungry. But you notice they eating that much time and they're still hungry, but they're constantly gaining weight and getting out of shape. You see? This is what he's done. He's altered everything. All right? But anyway, it says, for after that, in the wisdom of Yahweh, the world by wisdom knew not Yahweh. It pleased Yahweh by the foolishness of preaching these videos. All right? This is foolishness to the majority of these people. All right? But in the eyes of Yahweh Shema Shah, it's pleasing, man. And what is it doing? It's collapsing this system, all right, And it's what? Ushering a new righteous system, man. Alright? It says, pleased by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. Because who's the believers, man? It's the remnant, man. The elect, man. Alright? Let me real quick. Alright? You know, it's a scripture. You know, they love to use in the world. Alright, John 3:16 says, for Yahweh so loved the world, which the world is what? Cosmos, man. You got different worlds, man. We're gonna get that. It says that he gave his only begotten son, Yahushua, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, man, but have everlasting life, man. Alright? And people will get that mixed up. Alright? Which the word is cosmos, the world for world in this verse is cosmos. Alright? They'll think that's talking about everybody. And John 17 clearly tells you it's not about everybody, alright? John 17 and I believe it's 13 or 17 or 14. Probably passed it. Alright, this is John 7 and 9, not 14. But alright, this is John 17 and 7. I'll start this. It says, now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have not known surely that I came from out from thee. And they have believed that thou didst send me. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine, man. All right, and we know, just going back to Isaiah the 45th chapter, or actually Isaiah 42. All right. All right. So, hold on. He said, I pray not for the world. Wait a minute. He just said, for God so loved the world. You see? But who are his? It says, Isaiah 41 and 8. It says, but thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I am chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. All right? Thou, whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief man, and said unto thee, thou art my servant. I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away. All right? So the Lord's only dealing with the nation Israel. And another one is what? Is Isaiah 45. All right. That same chapter. Which actually, this is actually what I wanted. This is Isaiah, which the other one was alright too. But it's Isaiah, all right, in 3. Isaiah 45 and 3 says, and I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, was called thee by thy name, am the God of Israel. For my servant, for Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect, for they are that are thine, I have called thee by thy name, I surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. All right. We're skipping down. It says, I start at 15. It says, verily thou art a power that hides thyself, O Yahweh of Israel, the Savior. They shall be ashamed and also confounded, all of them. They shall go to confusion together that are makers of idols. And 2/3 of our people, they're going to be ashamed. All right. Says, but Israel shall be saved in Lord Yahweh Shema Shah with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded world without end. So he's talking about the world of Israel. All right. Just like in this world, you have what? You got the baseball, just dealing with sports. You got the baseball world. You got the basketball world. Okay. The football world, the hockey world. All right. It's the same thing with the nations, man. You have the world of Israel, man. All right. When you got the world of Edom. But he didn't say the world of Edom. He had said the world of Israel, man. All right. So that's the thing, man. Okay. The Most High, the believers, man. It's all about the believers. And I'm going to get that wisdom of Psalm, the 4th chapter. All right. This is Wisdom of Solomon 4. All right. And 10, it says, he pleased Yahweh and was beloved of him, so that the living among sinners he was translated. Yea, speedily he was taken away, lest that wickedness sound shall alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul, man. And that's what Esau wants to do, okay, with this Maxine, his chip. All right, the Maxine, he wants to alter your DNA, which will destroy you. All right, and then the chip, it does the same thing. All right, but you're now polluted, man. All right, you're now under his control. He's now considered your God, and you taking that. All right, it says, for the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest, and warning of concupiscence doth undermine the simple mind. He being made perfect in a short time for a long time. For his soul pleased the Lord Yahweh Shemashah, therefore he hasted to take them away from among the wicked. And this is what we're in the midst of. The Lord's getting ready to gather his elect and redeem his elect and get them out of here, man. He's going to destroy this wicked society, man. All right. It says, this the people saw and understood it not. Because the word is out here. You see the words. You see this man, all right, who this man is, what he's finna do. But you got what? Like it said in Romans 11, the election have obtained it, all right, but the rest were blinded, man. The rest of who? Our people, man. What did King David say? Let their table be a snare unto them, man. All right, meaning let this word be a snare unto them. 2/3. This is mysterious. This doesn't make sense. It's a puzzle to them, all right, that they don't understand. It says, neither laid they up this in their minds, that his grace and mercies with the saints, which we know that's the Israelites, and that he had showed respect unto his children. Because like I say, within the nation of Israel, because the nation of Israel as a whole, we are the Lord's chosen people, all right? But within his chosen people, you have a chosen, all right? Because Romans 9:6 tells you that for all Israel is not of Israel, because 2/3, they're what? The children, the 2/3 of the children of Esau, man. If you really think about it, they're wicked, man. But then you got the children of Yahweh Shemashah. They're the children of this world, man. All right, and what does it say? Ye adulterers and adulteresses. To have friendship with the world is enmity with the Most High, man. All right? They had friendship with this world. That's why they want this thing to go back to normal, man. They want the NBA to come back, They want to be able to go to the club and party, 24/7, They want to pursue their wickedness, man. All right? The elect, the remnant, the 1/3, all right, which also consists of the believers as well, have women that believe, they gonna want the end of the society, man. They gonna want something new. They gonna want a new earth, man. So it's two different mindsets. So the Lord's separating us from amongst the wicked, man. But it says, this people, oh, actually 16 verse says, thus the righteous that is dead shall condemn the ungodly which are living. All right, because what? We are dead in Yahushua. The scriptures say we are dead in Yahushua. We dead to these people, man. The thing that these people are into, okay, we don't really care about, man. The sports, I talk about sports. When you go to world, all they talk about is sports. The PS5. They talk about, what's going down on social media. We don't care about that shit, man. That shit is going bye-bye. It's out the window. All right, you gotta wear a mask everywhere. All right, they basically limiting you on what you can do, man. Now they're making it to where if you don't have vaccine papers, all right, you can't do any damn thing, man. So what good is all that? It's no good, man. So we don't care about that. All right. It says, in the youth that is soon perfected, the many years and old age of the unrighteous, for they shall see the end of the wise, man. And we're seeing the end of the wise, man. We're seeing the end of the Esau so-called wisdom, man. All right. People are questioning, okay, his vaccines now. People are questioning his government, period. You got people that's going full-blown against the government. All right. This is what's happening. We're seeing this end, and shall not understand what Yahweh and his counsel have decreed of him, and to what end the Lord has set him in safety. Because who's going to be set in safety in these times? It's going to be that remnant, man. It's going to be those believers of Yahweh Shemashah, man. All right? You people, you 2/3, you going to set your safety upon this devil. And you're going to find out that he wasn't with you this whole entire time. He was against you this whole entire time. All right? And you're going to be destroyed in that. All right? It says, they shall see him and despise him, but Yahweh shall laugh them to scorn. and they shall hereafter be a vile carcass and a reproach among the dead forevermore. All right, and that's what's getting ready to happen. That big I told you so, and the Most High is gonna laugh. How's the Most High gonna laugh? He's gonna laugh through his men. All right, the men, his servants, man, the prophets, man. All right, that's why I said in Job the 5th chapter, man. Thou shalt be afraid of sudden destruction when it cometh, but thou shalt laugh. Quickly paraphrasing that. That's how he's gonna laugh through his men, because he told you what and what not to do, but you despised it. All right, you went the way you wanted to go. All right, and the scriptures say every man's ways is right in his own eyes, but what? It leads to death, man. Okay, it leads to death. All right. It says, for he shall rend them and cast them down headlong, that they shall be speechless. And he shall shake them from the foundation, and they shall be utterly laid waste and be in sorrow, and their memorial shall perish. And that's gonna be it's gonna be first and foremost, you damn Edomites, man. Starting with you elites, man. All right, when these elites, they think, they got this new world order, okay, right where they want it. They got everything in place, like you see them now. All right, they got let's say they have everybody almost, so-called chipped. All right. That's when the Most High what? They shall not fulfill their enterprise, man. All right. They're not gonna they should not fill their belly, like the scriptures say, man. All right. They're not gonna be able to go full 100% with it, man. The Lord's gonna come right in the middle, right when they think they got it, boom. Most High gonna stop it, man. Then the missiles coming. All right. And everything about them, their kingdom, the fame, the influence, all that's gonna be done away with, man. All right. And they're going to be speechless, and you 2/3 that pour your trust in this devil, once you see this man's destruction, you're going to be speechless. And then you're going to be dead. All right? But you will come back righteous on the other side. Because we're not saying like 2/3, they just going to die and they're going to be dead forever. It's a light at the end of the tunnel for our people. All right? This destruction is really for the heathen, man, especially these Edomites. All right? They got the worst end of the stick because they've been living it up on this side. All right? And when they cast up the accounts of their sins, they shall come with fear, and their own iniquity shall convince them to their face, man. And that's what's going to happen. All right? You're going to see, like it says in Daniel the 12th chapter, some shall wake up to everlasting life, and some shall wake up to everlasting shame, man. All right? These devils, they going to wake up to everlasting shame in 2/3 for a period of time in the kingdom. All right? And even on this side, when all hell breaks loose, you're going to be in everlasting shame, man. You're going to be confounded, man. All right? You're going to be through. Okay? We're going to end it off in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, man. You're going to see that, like I said, you're going to see that trusting in this man, or trust, because the scriptures do say, I think it's, what is that? Jeremiah, I think it's Jeremiah 17. I could be wrong about the chapter. I know it's in the book of Jeremiah. I think it's Jeremiah 17. It says, cursed be man that trusteth in man. You're going to see that you putting your trust in this devil was the worst thing you done. All right? Because he's going to destroy you, and if he doesn't destroy the majority of you Israelites, which he will get the 2/3 regardless, because the Most High sanctioned it. All right, you gonna eat a missile with them. You gonna be destroyed with them, and that's really what Esau wants to do. Esau wants to bring down as many of our people down with him, man, because he has that mentality. If I can't rule, okay, then nobody's gonna rule. That's why they always say in these different videos, you might talking about economic collapse. They tell you if America collapsed, all right, the world will never be the same again, which is not true. Now, for a period of time, the world is going to be different. It's going to be more chaotic. All right, it's going to be more wicked out here. All right. The love of many shall wax cold, like the scriptures say. But it's going to be a new rulership after this. But these things have to happen in order for that kingdom of heaven of our kingdom to come in. All right. But anyway, this was going to happen. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall a righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. All right, and you're going to see why we've been doing these videos. All right, because this, like I said, like what did it say in 1 Corinthians, the 1st chapter? It said, they through the foolishness of preaching. All right, how we please the Most High, man. You see, this is how you please him, man. See, carnal things like riches, wealth, status in this world, that doesn't please the Most High, man. You're not rich in the eyes of the Most High. Scriptures say that. All right. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, the elites and you people. And it says, shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, so say within themselves, this was he whom we had in sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools account his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the saint, children of Yahweh, Salaki, and his lot is among the saints. Therefore we have erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We worried ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it, man. All right? When these people see that Esau, okay, he was full of shit this whole time and he had a plot, speaking to 2/3, this is what you're going to say, man. Whether you really say it or whether you say it in your mind, man. All right? And that's why I also says in Psalms 110:3, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, man. All right? That's when they're going to want to get down. That's when they're going to go, oh, shit. You know, they was right. You know, they wasn't lying, man. He was trying to kill us off with this Maxine, man. America is going to be destroyed. America is going down. All right? Just wait. What had pride profited us? Or what good riches had, what have good have riches with our vaunting brothers, man. These different celebrities, they like to boast about the cars, the hoes that they got, how many buys they got on them, all right? How many chains or watches they got on them, man. That shit ain't gonna mean nothing real soon, man. Cause these same, like I said, these same celebrities and the Lord's already, you see the Lord already killing these rappers, man. He's killing these rappers. And if he ain't killing them, he putting spirit on Esau, the people that they sold out to, all right, to come at them and throw them in jail, man. Whether it's all fraud, whether it's all weapon charges, drug charges, whatever, man. All right, the Lord's doing that, man. All that vaunting about, you know, what they got, and look at it, man. Look at they ending, man. Destruction, man. All right? Riches profit not in the day of wrath, man. You see? All those things are passed away like a shadow. And as a post that hasted by, and as a ship that passeth over of the waves of the water, which when it is gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found, neither the pathway of the keels and the waves. It says, or as when the bird hath flown through the air, there is no token of her way to be found. The light air being beaten with the stroke of her wings, and parted with the violent noise and motion of them, is passed through, and therein afterwards no sign where she went is to be found, man. All right? And really, what's that going to be? It's going to be, what does it say? Isaiah 33:6, for wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man. All right? And wisdom is, I believe, Sophia. All right? The scriptures compare wisdom as a woman as well. All right? This wisdom is going to be hidden, man. Okay? You people going to be looking for it. You're not going to find it, man. You people going to be through, man. All right? When like I say, when they really go full-fledged, okay, with this mandate of the Maxine and the chip, all right, a lot of people are going to be they're going to be confused, man. They ain't going to know what to do because they know the Maxine is death, really. But then, you know, if they telling you can't go in the grocery store, you know, you can't work anymore, you know, you can't do this or that anymore. That's where these people going to be, you know, they're going to bug out. And they ain't going to have the answers, man. Because they rejected knowledge. But it says, or like when an arrow is shot at a mark, it is a part of the air which immediately cometh together again, so that a man cannot know where it went through. Even so, we in like manner, as soon as we were born, began to draw to our end, and had no sign of virtue to show, but were consumed in our own wickedness, man. All right, you so caught up in folly, all right. You're not paying attention to the signs, man, and you're not paying attention to the signs. What the Lord say will come like a thief in the night, man. You won't be caught off guard. You're gonna call off surprise, man. People are already, like it says in I know I'm quoting, but 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter, man. The first verse, they shall be taken in great number. That's what's happened, man. Like I say, nobody expected 2020 to start off the way it did, man. All right, the killing of Soleimani. All right, you had Kobe Bryant die. You had COVID. I mean, not COVID, but the Crown Royal 19. You know, come into play March. That's where what we 9 going on 10 months into this thing, this pandemic. All right, and now look how worse things have gotten to this point. All right, you had Chadwick Boseman die, you had all these rappers get killed, all these things, man. So what you think 2021 is gonna bring? Just for the hope of the ungodly, like the dust that is blown away with the wind, like a thin froth that is driven away with the storm, like as the smoke which is dispersed here and there with the tempest, and passeth away as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth by a day, man. If your hope is in Babylon the Great, America, this system, all right, your hope is perishing, man. And that's these people. See, the only thing left these people have, to hope for, and the hope that is the hope that this things go back to normal. All right, a lot of people right now are hoping that 2021 things is gonna get better. And if you in that mindset, you are you're bugged out. All right, because that's not gonna happen. 2021, like they say, 2020 was just a trailer, okay, for 2021, man. All right, but the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord, man. All right, what does Matthew the 6th chapter say? Store not their treasures upon earth where moth and rust doth corrupt, man. And thieves come to, what does it say? Thieves come to steal, but store that treasure in heaven, man. All right. And that's what we did. That's what we did, man. Put off this world. We dead to this world. All right. We put off, enjoying, what these people do according to the flesh. All right. For what? That incorruptible crown, man. These people have fought, okay, for a corruptible crown. You got people that's working 60 hours, 60, 80 hours a week. All right, which they had to do that now because this economy's trash. But I'm talking about you have people that do that literally, all right, because they want retirement, save up for retirement, a 401k. They want to buy that, that house on the hill with the waters out front. All right, that's all in vain, man. You see? That was a corruptible crown. Going back to these celebrities, man, these basketball players, all that they did, and it's all gonna be destroyed, man. They did all that, like I said, they did all that selling out, bending over, for the Amalekite, all right, just so they could lose all that stuff. You see? Well, there's a reward for this. It says, but the righteous shall live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, and the care of them is with the Most High, man. All right? And the believers are going to have that mindset. You see? If you don't have that mindset, if you haven't been building some sort of relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah, all right, you're going to be through. That's what's going to make a lot of people just, take the vaccine, then they're going to take the chip. Because they ain't build a relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah. I'm speaking to, when I say people, speaking to you Israelites, man. All right? Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand, man. We're going to be crowned, man. All right? We're going to be crowned. All right? And a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand, for with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them, man. You got people, grabbing, stocking up on ammunition, stocking up on food. They doing all, they bugging themselves out doing all this prepping. All right? And that's going to come to no avail, man. All right? Because if the Lord got it out, judgment out for you, you're going to get judged, man. You can't prep yourself out of the judgment of Yahweh Shema Shah. The only way you could escape, okay, from Yahweh Shema Shah is through Yahweh Shema Shah, man. The only way you're going to escape his judgment is through him. All right? If you try to go around that some other way, come in some other way, what? The same as a thief and a robber. The Lord's going to judge you. All right? I keep going. Then I'm going to end it. I'm, what is it, an hour? Or almost an hour. He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies, man. All right? What creature is he going to make a weapon? He's going to make his people a weapon, man. Certain men going to get the powers, man. And it's going to be payback time, man. Like James Brown said, the big payback. All right? Because you devils, you got to be paid back for all the wickedness you did to our people. And it's not just the transatlantic slave trade. It goes way beyond the transatlantic slave trade. It goes all the way back to what you did as a serpent in the garden, man. As far as what you did that time, man. All right, when you did that, when you beguiled Eve, all right, this is how wickedness really has took root on the earth, man. You see? All this madness you see is through that, man. So you're gonna pay for everything. Alright? He shall put on righteousness as a breastplate, and a true judgment instead of a helmet. He shall take holiness for an invincible shield. His severe wrath shall he sharpen for a sword, and the world shall fight with him against the world of what? The world of the world of Israel, man. And you even got the world, man. The earth is fighting back. That's why another thing. That's why all these disasters, these natural disasters you see happening, that's the earth, like it says in Job 27:20, how the heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall fight against them. You see? That's the earth is fighting back. This concrete that you see on the ground, you're not supposed to have this on the ground, man. You see, people gotta stand up all day on concrete. That's also, causing pain to their bodies. The cars. Esau. Here it is. Esau. They found ways to use cars without using oil, man. Because what happens? Oil, it pollutes the air, man. Gas. When it comes out the pipe of your car and in factories, that pollutes the air, man. And they found ways where you could I know Arnold Schwarzenegger, I believe when the Hummer came out, if I'm not mistaken, he had a Hummer that where he could make his Hummer operate off, I think it was vegetable oil. And you had people that found ways to operate or make cars run off of water, man. But what happened? Esau, he shut that down, man. You see? He stopped that. Okay? He did that because he's the devil. Okay? He's death. He's all about death. Alright? All these doctors, what's the doctor name? Dr. Fuji, I think. They told you straight up that they have a cure for cancer. Alright? But what this devil do? He offed a lot of these doctors, man. They just turned up dead all of a sudden. This is what he does. Alright? It says, then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad from the clouds as well from drawn bow. Well, that's it. Okay? That's it. Actually, I'll just finish it off. I'll finish it off. It'll be a good finish. It says, then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad and from the clouds as from a well-drawn bow, and they shall fly to the mark. And hailstones full of wrath shall be cast as out of a stone bow, and the water of the sea shall rage against them, and the flood shall cruelly drown them. Yeah, a mighty wind, the destruction shall stand up against them, and like a storm shall blow them away. Thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth, and ill dealing shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty, man. It's going to be this new world order that they're setting up right now. It's going to be their overthrow. Okay. The Lord hardened their heart. He has put in their hearts that they're going to fulfill this new world order, man. But what they don't understand is really their overthrow. All right, this is going to lead to their overthrow, man. And then eventually, what? Captivity for 1,000 years, man. All right? So, that's it. Call Lord Allah, Yahweh Shema Shah. Yahweh Ratazad, this was edifying. Papa Gasha. Abba Pabo. Abba Pabo. Abba Ha Ayapia. Abba Ha Ayapia. Hawad Hayah. La Yahweh Shema Shah. Shalom to the elect and to the few Akwaf that do listen and learn. Shalom.